Hello and welcome to Beyond Games, the YouTube channel all about what's next for gaming. I'm John Jordan. So the news we're looking at today is Overwolf. So Overwolf has sort of is in the process of reinventing itself to be a kind of user-generated content platform. So it comes out of the sort of hardcore PC gaming space. And it did an acquisition. We'll look at that in a minute. And now it's sort of setting itself up as a sort of hub for creators, either mod creators, so people making mods for games, or people sort of doing sort of add-ons for games. So kind of different sort of HUDs or different sort of kind of services for games. It's kind of interesting sort of space where, you know, we've seen obviously over the years we've had Minecraft and now we have kind of Roblox, and we see within those sort of big user-generated worlds, you know, companies or individuals then becoming companies, coming together, earning revenue through those bigger games that have now become platforms, and then sort of encourage people to set up game studios purely making products for and within those games. Particularly, we've seen that with Roblox, which is now sort of paying out quite considerable sums of money. So let's sort of go through the story here. So we can see here, Overwolf has sort of rebranded itself as the Guild of In-Game Creators, which is sort of quite nice actually. And the news is it's saying it expects to pay out $29 million in 2021. So that's, you know, we're halfway through 2021. So I guess it's not probably paid out more than $10 million at the moment. It's looking to accelerate its a payment process as more people get involved in this sort of PR is to encourage people to start going into Overwolf. So what's happened here is they bought this company, or they bought this product called Curseforge. So Curseforge is a separate kind of a system, a separate platform, and it allows people to make content for the supported games. We can actually have a look at it and kind of see what games it does, and then people can create those, and because it's going through this platform, that, you know, all these mods work well with the games they're supposed to be working with, and also you can start earning revenue through that. And obviously, I guess over time they want to get more people into this system and support more games. At the moment, the number of games is sort of limited. There's some big ones in there, but it's not the biggest one. So they're looking to triple their payouts. Is what the CEO of Overwolf said. So you know, a sort of comparison here is they're saying, you know, Roblox 4 years ago was paying out about the same amount of money, and Roblox is now worth $42 billion when it just IPO'd recently, and Minecraft has paid out more than $350 million to creators of more than 1 billion mods, or effectively sort of there's 1 million sales there, and there's this new PC sort of a platform called Manicore, which has just raised $100 million to do a very similar thing. So there's lots of other companies as well, but user-generated content is a big thing. You sort of give people tools, allow them to sort of make what they want, and then they can sort of build their own communities, charge for things within the kind of the ecosystem of these user-generated content platforms. I guess we call them metaverses now, I guess, if we really want to. So this is a big trend everywhere. It doesn't even need to be you know, the games made for user-generated content. We could imagine, not improbable that, you know, can you imagine that people could be allowed to do that in Fortnite at some point. Might not be everyone, might be a limited set of people. And at the moment, obviously, clearly can't do that. But if you have these universes with very big audiences, and people like to customize in different ways, and the game developers, you know, sort of then focus on the platform and the big deals like Marvel and whatever, Star Wars, but they can allow other people to do things. Obviously, it comes with some problems that people might be putting in kind of copyrighted material, but that's sort of by the by. So Overwolf itself has raised $53 million as it's sort of expanding. And it becomes this sort of modding platform thing. It's also trying to talk to game developers to get them to support its platform, because then it can bring its kind of user base into that game. And obviously, if there's mods going on there, mods change the game, make it maybe more interesting or more interesting for some players. So they make that game more sticky, more retention, more money going into that game. So that's good for the developers. The underlying developers obviously take a share as well. So what we got going on here? So okay. So one example of a team using Overwolf is this Feed the Beast kind of a edition for Minecraft that's had over 200 million downloads across various across the platforms that Minecraft is available on. And so they've gone from sort of a volunteer group, sort of people just making games or making stuff for fun. Now they've got physical office, and 9 people with 20 expected by the end of the year. So you can kind of start to see how just the ability of these platforms to allow people to monetize is great, and allows substantial businesses to be built. Obviously, it's great as well for Minecraft take a share of this. Overwolf take a share of this. The problem, I guess, kind of becomes is there's lots of middlemen all taking a cut of the revenue, and in fact, the creators don't get that much revenue. I'm not saying I don't know what the deals are for Overwolf, but certainly in Roblox, if you're a creator in Roblox, you get about 27% is the maximum you can get of revenue paid in to your content. So that's obviously better than 10%, but it's 27% isn't 70% like you would get in an app store. But different sorts of models, obviously. So it's the few of the top creators using Overwolf are making $1 million a year. 30,000 kind of creators, individuals using the platform. So this is a good breakdown here. So if you're making an app, you get 70% of the sales. If you're making a mod, you get 50%. So there's a kind of a distinction there. Doesn't actually say that if you were making a mod for, say, World of Warcraft, they say World of Warcraft, that Blizzard would get any of that. So I don't know how that sort of plays out. It's kind of interesting. Because often that's sort of you want the underlying game creators to also sort of get a cut of that. So I won't go into any more of this. Let's go and have a look actually at what it looks like in actuality. So this is the Curseforge core website. So obviously giving a bit of sort of detail here. So this is for game creators, I guess, to kind of set up. They have to integrate the SDK. Obviously that's sort of the platform bit. And it kind of potentially can work across all these different platforms. So it can work across mobile, console, PC, obviously. There are some kind of moderation controls here. Data, so obviously Curseforge is paying the creators. So it's saying now owned by Overwolf. Overwolf paid out $10 million last year and is investing money to get creators to use the platform. So let's go and have a look at some of these. So let's go and have a look at some of the mods. So here we see these are mods, not apps. So we can see here on Curseforge there are 79,200 mods for Minecraft, 9,008 for World of Warcraft. So it kind of drops off fairly quickly if we look at all of them. It's obviously the big games. Minecraft is obviously the big one in this space. So quite quickly we kind of drop down here. Some of these are games I've never heard of. Not so many mods for Among Us. I don't quite know where that is. But if we look here, so World of Warcraft, we can start to see, so what are these mods? So some of these are quite kind of limited in a way. These ones don't seem to be paid for. But I guess if you're not buying these directly, there's a sort of a point system going on here. So that's kind of what's going on. So you can kind of start to get the idea. It's kind of early days, but you can start to see if you wanted to sort of make things, make content. Let's have a look at the apps as well. So these are more things like data things like tracking, stats, and here these are all free actually, but you can kind of start to see on the app side that's perhaps where people are kind of generating the revenue, because they're adding things that are kind of they're all still free, but anyway, I'm sure some of them are paid somewhere. So you can kind of start to see how you build out this sort of ecosystem, and clearly this is where lots of the kind of venture money in the industry is going. Not so much in making games, but once people have made kind of hit games, these things last for decades now, and you just want to keep people in those games. So allowing people to do mods also kind of is allowing content to be created that isn't generated by the original developer, and that just means there's more content out there. So anyway, thanks for watching the video. This is Beyond Games, looking at what's happening next for gaming. a lot of things are sort of mashing up at the moment, and lots of changes are happening in different ways. So we're trying to keep an eye on that and understand what it means really for the game sector. So if you think you're interested in that, please subscribe to the channel. But thanks for watching, and see you again soon.